Hey, I'm Hannah.
I'm Tessa.
And I'm Vivian.
And before we even get started, let's take you guys on a little shopping trip. Hi, welcome to our cooking show, HTV Cooking.
With Hannah.
Tessa.
And Vivian.
Okay, so today we'll be making for you tomato and egg, a traditional Chinese dish which was recommended by my family friend who was born and raised in China and moved to the US about 2-ish years ago when she married her husband. And tomato and egg in the Chinese culture is equivalent to a grilled cheese in the United States culture in the sense that mothers make it for their children when they're young as a type of comfort food.
Tomato and egg originated in Shanghai. Scrambled eggs have been eaten throughout China for thousands of years, and the tomatoes were introduced into the dish around the Qing Dynasty.
By the 1920s to 1930s, tomato and egg was introduced in restaurants, and it slowly grew to 1940 where it became a household food. So let's get cooking.
Okay, so first you're going to want to start by cracking 5 eggs into a bowl, making sure that none of the shell gets in there or anything. So after you have those 5 eggs cracked, you're just going to add a little bit of milk and stir until the eggs and milk become completely combined.
So to prep the tomatoes, you want to make sure you give them a good wash.
Before you start cooking the eggs, make sure to spray your pan with lots of oil.
Now you just pour in your eggs.
So once your eggs are ready to start being scrambled, you're just going to take your spatula and scramble them however you prefer.
So while your eggs are cooking, you can start dicing your tomatoes into 1-inch cubes.
And don't forget to chop the leeks into thin slices.
After you have your leeks chopped, just separate the outer layers of the leeks because those are what you'll be using in the dish.
Next up, you want to put a thin layer of olive oil in the bottom of your pan.
First up, you're going to put your leeks in the pan and give them a good stir, making sure to completely coat them in the oil.
After about 2 to 3 minutes, you can then add your tomatoes and start to stir those with the leeks as well.
Once your tomatoes and leeks get to this texture, then you'll be ready to add in your eggs and again stir those.
Then some salt.
And a little bit of sugar.
Once that is all done, you can then plate your dish.
And this will be your final product.
Did you actually eat it?
Yeah.
Good.
You like it?
Yeah.
You actually.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
Although I'm not
Stop
eating it at
lying.
the table. I should probably do that.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Stop laughing, Tessa.
I mean,
No.
like,
It tastes pretty good. It's like
not
a
bad.
light version of eggs with like ketchup.
it's not something
Yeah.
I would willingly eat.
Well, also,
But-
you wouldn't make it either.
Yeah, I wouldn't make it either.
It was
Andrew, what do you rate it?
Out of like 10.
Yeah, out of 10, what do you rate it?
Mm,
We can all rate
7.5 to 8.
it. Oh, you really liked
Okay.
it. Okay.
What do you give
Vivian,
it?
what do you rate
I
it?
give it a 5 or a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tessa?
Absolute 10 out of 10.
I'm finishing.
Girl, stop lying.
I give it a 0.
Maybe
Okay.
with some pepper would be like an 8, but
Yeah, but we couldn't add
Okay.
it.
yeah, we didn't add that.
Yeah, I think maybe like some salt, some pepper. But yeah, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. It wasn't
Yeah.
bad, but I definitely like wouldn't go out of my way to make it again. So next up for dessert, we'll be making fried bananas. And bananas began growing in China in around 200 AD, and legend even says that Buddhist monks brought bananas over from India to China.
Fruit is commonly considered a dessert food in China, so fried bananas became a traditional dessert.
So let's get cooking.
Now first up, with starting the bananas, you want to start this process by peeling the bananas, cutting the ends off and throwing those away, and then slicing the banana into about 1/2-inch slices.
To make the batter, you want to start with your 1/2 cup of flour, your 1/2 cup of cornstarch, next your 2 tablespoons of milk, then your tablespoon of butter, your 1 tablespoon of sugar, and your 1/2 cup of water.
Then you stir that all together.
Once it reaches a smooth consistency, then you can start dipping your bananas. Make sure they're completely coated in the batter, and then add them to boiling oil. After they reach a golden brown and the batter's done cooking, you can take them out of the oil and leave them to rest.
Once they're all done, leave them on the rack to cool.
Finally, you can start sprinkling on some powdered sugar.
And this is what your final product should look like.
Taste test.
Okay, this is our fried banana Chinese dessert with powdered sugar. How do you guys feel about it?
I love it.
If you can't tell, we're very
It's-
tired. Cooking tired
Yeah.
us out.
It's gooey.
Alright, what do you rate it out of 10? You don't like it?
You don't like it?
Tessa just spit it out if you couldn't tell.
It could use like a little more flavor, but right now it's an 8 out of 10.
Okay, so you
I like it. I would eat it. Like
Yeah.
I would make this for myself.
Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
What do you rate it out of 10?
8.
Hope you all enjoyed this episode of HTV Cooking.
Comment down below what we should make next time.
Bye.
I devoured it.